Now we're gonna go on to something that's, from what I understand, you got caught up and you started using marijuana and cocaine.
hmm
That was pretty much your downfall.
I wouldn't say that was pretty much my downfall. I had a lot more other things going on. You know what I mean? Me losing. You have to understand a couple of things before you get into that. You know, you have to remember the fact that, you know, I left New York when I was 17 years old. I moved to California with $150 in my pocket. You know, my
Okay.
father was never around. My mother was a single mom raising myself and my sister. We
Okay.
came from Paterson, New Jersey. We lived in the projects. We lived on top of a funeral home. You know, nothing was ever given to me. I was never given the opportunity to go to a, you know, Division I college. I was never given the opportunity to fulfill my wrestling dream of wrestling in a D1 school. My grades weren't good enough. I didn't have the financial backing to go ahead and finish that. It was tough for me. It was really, really tough for me. You know, like I said, I moved to California with $150 in my pocket. You know, I loved wrestling so much. I got into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, I was really lucky not to get in trouble with the law. You know, I got away with murder, kind of, so to speak, just trying to survive on the streets. You know, working odd jobs, whether it was, you know, working at Gold's Gym or, you know, like I said, you know, moving companies, whatever it could be. And I achieved success at a very young age. You know, there was no one there to mentor me and say, hey, look, you know, I owned a house at 24 years old. I owned cars. I was, you know, pretty much on top of the world at the time. You know, UFC wasn't as big as it is today, but, you know, I was the champion. You know, I had women, I had cash, and, you know, I achieved the success at a very young age. I didn't know anything about, you know, right and wrong. And then, you know, later on in life, you know, losing the world championship, and then, you know, you have these fake friends that are around you. You kind of become warped with what reality really is. And then when I realized what this was about, and I realized, you know, at this time, you know, who my real friends are, you know, what life is really about, I was taking this spiral spin, and, you know, just dating certain people, and things kind of came one way or another, and, you know, I messed around with drugs at the time, and, you know, experimenting with, you know, drugs, which I've never done because I was always a clean athlete. And, you know, my career was taking, you know, kind of a turn. I was, you know, received 3 losses in a row and didn't know where to go from there. And, you know, there was always thought about retiring. And, you know, all these things kind of went, you know, in the direction that I kind of was out of control. And then the opportunity came, you know, to go to rehab with Dr. Drew Pinsky, and it really, really did change my life. You know, I was involved in my own personal issues with a woman I have a child with, and, you know, when the court stepped in and you have to jump through these, you know, these loops to change your life, believe me, in a sense, it really did save my life. It really made me a better person because of it. And that's why I'm able to give you this conversation today. That's why I'm able to really feel proud about some of the things I've done, because, you know, when you realize that your life is going in a bad direction, and it's so bad that you're not going to get help, and then when I was able to get this help, you know, coming from, like I said, a childhood where I had nothing, you know, you get to learn about life real quick when you have to grow up on the streets.
I apologize if I did offend you.
No, you did not at all, not at all. It's part of the game, and it's pretty much it's documented knowledge out there, you know, whether it's on Wikipedia or whatever, you know, it's not updated, but, you know, my goal is to really push it, you know, to anybody that that really doesn't understand it, you know what I mean? And I think that that's the most important thing out there is, you know, one of the things that it probably irks me, or edges me the most, like, where people kind of, like, aggravate me, they're like, oh, yeah, you were on celebrity rehab. I'm like, yeah, do you go to church? And they go, no, I don't. And I'm like, well, then you've never, you know, confessed your sins to God, and, you know, people make mistakes, and that's what you want to look at. Some of my people that I look up to, and look at guys like Robert Downey Jr. That guy been in and out of rehab, been in and out of jail, And to me, the best, revenge in life is success. And he's, turned around and made some of the best movies, out there. And, you look at these people who've had these similar problems. When we look at Britney Spears, it wasn't a few years ago too. She was shaving her head, driving down freeways, and now, she could get back on track. You look at people like Tiger Woods who've made these mistakes, the infidelities, and, people throw stones, and all these people that can judge people that are, whether they have fame or whether they have success in sports. It's funny how they can turn so quick on you. And, the minute that, they turn their life around and achieve success again, they forget about all the bad. And that's the most important thing is that, it's not about what you did or how bad you messed up. It's about what you do to change your life and what you do to become a better person. And that's where I'm at in my life. So when people ask me or, such as yourself or a press or anybody, it's my job to explain. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, when I heard the Agassi story, I was like, I would have never guessed in 1,000 years that Agassi ever had, a crystal meth problem. You see what I'm saying? So you look at these people, they're just regular people like myself who've had problems with issues with drugs or, alcohol, and they go around and change their lives. And to me, that's what I think is more important, is to go out there and explain that to people. Saying, look, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has issues. It's just what you do with those issues or what you do with those mistakes that make you a better person.
I agree.
Yeah.
Are you with any teams right now?
No, I work with, actually, if I was going to say I'm with any team, I would say I'm with the Wolfslayer, which is Michael Bisping, Quentin Rampage Jackson, Czech Congo. I've been working out there in Liverpool. I go out there a lot to work with them. I just worked with Czech Congo when he fought Frank Mir. It wasn't a good fight, but, I worked with them. I worked with Michael Bisping when he fought Dan Henderson. Now we're getting ready for Michael Bisping to train Vanderlei Silva. I stay in the game as much as possible. I try to fight, as much as I possibly can. I was in Russia, actually Siberia. I fought out there, and I was in a tournament. I just won one fight. I wasn't feeling too well, and I wasn't able to finish the event, but I won the first fight. So, I'm trying to really stay busy. I got a fight in January, I got a fight in February, and March lined up. So just trying to stay active and busy. That's the best I can do right now.
Well, I wish you all the luck with that.
Thank you. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, Ricco.
No worries. Take care, Bob.
All right, bye.